Chapter 12. The No. 1 Piano House in the City. The number 1 piano building in the sky. Outside the building had long since gathered countless cultivators and shop owners in Silver Moon City, and at the moment everyone was focused on the situation inside the building. Young Master An, master of the first grade hall, to parties at war. 2,000 disciples of the Hall of One Piece have broken into the building, but 3,000 archers have been waiting here for a long time. A great battle between the two sides is imminent. It was supposed to be a clash of two giants, but now there's Guhai. So that group of losers are all subordinates of Guhai. It's true. What kind of subordinates? What kind of bosses? Those losers just use money to hit ordinary shopkeepers. But this Guhai, he dares to use money to hit young Master An. Do you think young Master An has never seen money before? Why is this scene so weird? Countless cultivators stared in disbelief. Within the Heaven's First Piano building, a group of Wood Rudder disciples were also staring in disbelief. This water rudder master of yours shouldn't be too ostentatious, okay? Ransom. Did I say I'd give you ransom? Young Master An coldly looked at Guhai. What? Young Master An doesn't dare to bid? Guhai laughed coldly. Huh, the water rudder master of the One Piece Hall. You really think I haven't seen money before? Young Master An coldly said. Young Master An, your territory. You have your rules. But let us also know what exactly are your rules, right? My group of subordinates. If I were to ransom them, how much would be enough? Guhai insisted. Young Master An looked at Guhai coldly for a while before revealing a cold smile and said, Fine. If you want to ransom them, then ransom them. One person, 10,000 upper grade spirit stones. What? Long Wanqing was surprised. 10,000. Mu Chunfeng's eyes also glazed over. Countless cultivators in the outside world were in an uproar. Wasn't this difficult? This group of Haoshan realm subordinates, a handful of them, their lives are as cheap as 10 lower grade spirit stones. They can buy their lives. You want 10,000? You want 10,000? That's 100 million lower grade spirit stones to buy one person. 10 million times the premium. Are you kidding? Kidding. 10,000 upper grade spirit stones for one person. It's enough to buy the life of a Jindan realm. Yes. Buying the life of a Jindan realm is too much. Young Master An is simply making things difficult for Guhai. This person called Guhai definitely won't pay up. 70 people. 700,000 top-grade spirit stones. How could he possibly have that? Nearly everyone was about to watch Guhai laugh. Mu Chunfeng also shuddered violently when he heard this number. 700,000 upper-grade spirit stones. That's 7 billion lower-grade spirit stones. How could Guhai have them? If it was me, dream on, I wouldn't pay this. The crowd of Wood Rudder disciples were also stunned. Although they had seen that Guhai's group of subordinates had money, it couldn't be so exaggerated. Hadn't they heard that they came from the land of barbarians, from the barren land of the Thousand Island Sea? When Long Wanqing heard this, she was also furious. 10,000 upper grade spirit stones, buying a Haoshan realm cultivator. Is this a joke? Long Wanqing was about to get angry. Clatter, 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 clatter. In front of Guhai, but there was a steep clattering sound. It was seen that Guhai waved his hand, and the top-grade spirit stones burst out as if they were waterfalls, rolling superior-grade spirit stones, as if a tidal wave came crashing down, covering the sky and rolling in all directions. As if it was like a big water, it washed in all directions of the world's first piano building. Money, so much money. Top-grade spirit stones, all top-grade spirit stones. Am I blind? This is a small mountain of top-grade spirit stones. So many, I can't stand it. Guhai's, he's that rich, he actually has that much money. The impactfulness of the mountain of money was indeed huge. Countless cultivators in the outside world were staring wide-eyed at the moment, feeling their whole body trembling in general. This was money, not stones. One could only earn hundreds of top-grade spirit stones a year if one was busy dying and working, and that was already the limit. But here in Guhai, it was coming out of the sky. Who is this Guhai? Where did he come from? So rich. Many cultivators outside seemed as if they had gone crazy. Inside, the group of wood-rudder disciples, led by Muchen Feng, were wide-eyed at the moment, their mouths seeming as if they could stuff down a few eggs. The top-grade spirit stones that rolled out like a tidal wave. That shocking image had never been seen in a lifetime. Living hell, I'm so powerful, only a little spirit stone salary every year. This Guhai is so weak, from such a poor place, actually rolled out hundreds of thousands of top-grade spirit stones. The archers upstairs also stared wide-eyed at the moment, looking at the rolling waves of spirit stones. For a moment someone's hands shook, and the long arrows suddenly ventured out. A rumbling sound rang out. The big shopkeeper upstairs, Zhong Chanyi, also stared wide-eyed. Zhong Chanyi was not that he had never seen so much money. It was just that before, he simply could not imagine that this Guhai could take out so much money at once. In Zhong Chanyi's mind, all the spirit stones of the entire One Piece Hall combined were not this much. Young Master An, a wave of unsightliness appeared on Zhong Chanyi's face. A wave of unwillingness flashed through Long Wanqing's eyes. But Master Liu Nian smiled slightly. Watching Guhai solve the situation was a pleasure. Above the terrace, young Master An looked down with a gloomy face. When Guhai flipped his hand and waved out a rolling tide of spirit stones, young Master An knew in his heart that it was not good. Young Master An hadn't cared about this Guhai at all before. 10,000 upper-grade spirit stones a person was just to humiliate him for his lack of self-importance. But now, Guhai flipping his hand and waving out 700,000 spirit stones wasn't humiliating him anymore. It was humiliating himself. Those hundreds of thousands of spirit stones were as if they were slapping his own face. Rumble. Finally, the rolling mountains of spirit stones piled up, and from afar, the hearts of the countless cultivators who watched them rose and fell and shook. All right, thanks to young Master An for making it happen. Here are 700,000 top-grade spirit stones. Send someone to count them. These subordinates of mine. I'll take them away. Guhai smiled faintly. Guhai's bland expression, as if these hundreds of thousands of spirit stones were not money at all, did not care at all. This group of Haoshan realm, you actually ransomed them with 700,000 upper-grade spirit stones. Young Master An glared at Guhai and said in a cold voice, "Isn't this young Master An's rule? When young Master An opens his golden mouth, he won't go back on his word, right? You're young Master An." Guhai smiled faintly. "Release him," young Master An said in a cold voice. Clatter. Instantly, a group of wood-rudder disciples traveled to quickly pick up the 70 Great Han officials. Guhai, haha, good, you're very good. I did underestimate you. But 10,000 top-grade spirit stones for a Haoshan realm. Don't think you'll regret it, young Master An said in a cold voice. Regret? Young Master An is joking. They are my subordinates. My subordinates can be worth much more than this group of spirit stones. This group of spirit stones has a price after all. My subordinates are priceless, Guhai coldly said. Priceless? HMPH, tough talk. 700,000 spirit stones. You guys are welcome to come back next time, young Master An said in a cold voice. Will do. Guhai nodded with a smile. Right, Grand Boss Zhong Chanyi. Guhai suddenly looked towards Zhong Chanyi. Hey, Zhong Chanyi frowned as he looked at Guhai. I would like to ask, what is the price of the best zither made of non-spirit would you have here? Guhai curiously said. Countless cultivators outside the building looked at Guhai blankly. This Guhai is stupid, right? He just shelled out 700,000 spirit stones, and now he wants to buy a zither. The people inside the building also looked at Guhai blankly, not knowing what Guhai was up to. The world's #1 zither building, There are all kinds of zither, even all kinds of musical instruments, zither, drums, flute, shao, everything, zither made of non-spirit wood. It's this ancient zither, tuned by the master of zither casting himself, limit zither, 100 middle grade spirit stones. Zhong Chenyi faintly pointed at a mouthful of ancient kin hanging on the wall up far away. That limit kin I know, but no one bought it. Yeah, it's just made of ordinary wood and strings, and it's still priced at 100 middle grade spirit stones. I'm not buying it. Although it's tuned by a master, but I heard that it's been sitting there for 10 years, and no one asked for it. It's too expensive. Countless cultivators outside the building pointed. Oh, 100 middle grade spirit stones. Heh, that's pretty cheap. How about this? I'll buy it. Gu Hai smiled faintly. Saying that, he once again took out 100 middle grade spirit stones and placed them near the spirit stone mountain. Dukan and the others all looked at Gu Hai suspiciously as they very carefully removed the limit zither and handed it to a Dahon official. In that case, then we'll take our leave. We won't trouble young master An in his territory. Otherwise in a moment, we'll become thieves again. Gu Hai looked at young master An and revealed a light smile. 700,000 upper grade spirit stones, and you don't feel any pain at all. Young master An still couldn't understand. Thousands of gold are scattered. If you spend it, I'll earn it back soon. Gu Hai faintly burst into a cold smile. Turning his head, he looked at Long Wanqing, who nodded. With a wave of his hand, the disciples of the Hall of One Piece slowly exited the world's first piano building. Everyone retreated, leaving young master An sitting on top of the terrace alone with a force in his hand. Koching, the teacup in his hand was crushed. Although he had earned 700,000 upper grade spirit stones, young master An was not very comfortable in his heart. Although he had caused the first piano hall to hemorrhage money, it was a very stifling feeling. Zhong Chenyi looked at the huge mountain of spirit stones below, but he revealed a wave of joy. Young master An, it's still you who can make money. So many spirit stones. It's enough for us to earn for a year or two. Everyone in Gu Hai's group crossed out of the world's first piano building. The outside cultivators made way and looked at Gu Hai in the center in amazement. The disciples of the first grade hall were also shocked beyond words at Gu Hai at this moment. This water helm master was too good. 700,000 top grade spirit stones, thrown out without blinking an eye. Your Majesty, I've committed a mortal sin. Please punish the Emperor. The crowd of Dahon officials immediately knelt down to ask for punishment. Gu Hai stood at the entrance of the world's first kin building, coldly looking at the plaque of the world's first kin building. A cold light flashed in his eyes. Get up, you guys did nothing wrong, Gu Hai said in a deep voice. But, we caused His Majesty to lose 770,000 top-grade spirit stones. The officials were still in the midst of guilt. 770,000. It will come back soon. Shops, you guys don't need to visit either. We'll just open the zither house. A cold light flashed in Gu Hai's eyes and said, a zither building, to the side. Long Wanqing revealed a hint of surprise and said, Hall Master, just now, 700,000 spirit stones, all of which were Li Haoran's personal stash. I have used them all up. This time, with less than 50,000 spirit stones on me, I want to disclose that shop across the street and open a zither building. If there is a shortage of funds, Gu Hai looked towards Long Wanqing. The shop over here is cheap. About 40,000 upper grade spirit stones would be enough. But, you really want to open a zither building? Long Wanqing looked at Gu Hai, revealing a hint of surprise. 40,000 is enough. That's good then. Looks like my money won't dry up. Just by this shop, I'm going to open a kin building, Gu Hai said in a cold voice. Gu Hai, are you crazy? You're selling zither. On this street, all the kin buildings can't compete with the world's first kin building. The world's first kin building, ranked first in Silver Moon City, and you're opening a kin building across the street from it. Aren't you losing money? Mu Chunfeng shouted with glaring eyes. I, Gu Hai, have never lost money doing business. Gu Hai shook his head and said in a firm tone, Good. Then what is the name of the kin building? Long Wanqing, however, was very trusting of Gu Hai, revealing a hint of curiosity. Gu Hai twisted his head to look at the no. One piano building in the world, revealing a cold smile and said, It'll be called the no. One piano building in this street. The number one piano building in this street. Long Wanqing's eyes lit up. This was clearly a fight with the world's no. One piano building. The number one piano building in the world. It was the biggest mouthful. But the no. One piano house in this street. Not the biggest mouth, but just the opposite side of the street. Gu Hai, are you really selling your zither? You're asking for death. Mu Chunfeng stared at Gu Hai with a disbelieving face.